Here's the raw truth no one tells you: women don't want a man who puts them on a pedestal, they want a man they have to earn. A man who moves with purpose, not desperation. The moment you start chasing her, you shift the balance. You tell her, without words, that she's the prize and you're just hoping to be chosen. And once she senses that energy, the attraction fades fast. But when you flip the script, when you stop chasing and start living like you're the catch, everything changes. She starts wondering why you're not chasing. She gets curious. She gets invested. That's when the game flips, and now she's the one trying to earn you. You've been fed the same lie your whole life, that if you just show her more love, more attention, more effort, she'll see your worth. But that's not how attraction works. In reality, the more you try to prove yourself, the more she pulls away. It's counterintuitive, but it's true. Think about it. How many guys go all out, buying gifts, planning elaborate dates, blowing up her phone with texts, and still get ghosted? Why? Because when something is given too easily, it loses value. That's just human nature. The moment you stop trying to win her over, you shift the energy. You become a mystery, a challenge, something rare. And rare things are valuable. This is your chance to shift the dynamic, to stop seeking approval and start commanding respect. Let's break it all down, step by step. Number 1, understanding why she pulled back. Before we even get into what you should do, let's talk about why she's pulling back in the first place. Because trust me, this isn't some random mood swing. Women don't just emotionally check out without a reason. There's a pattern here, and it all comes down to power dynamics. When a woman feels like she has too much control in the relationship, attraction starts to fade. Not because she's doing it on purpose, but because that's how people are wired. When she knows you're always available, always chasing, always reacting, she doesn't have to invest anymore. And what we don't invest in, we stop valuing. Let's be real, people rarely appreciate what comes too easy. And in dating? That truth hits even harder. If you've been too eager to respond, too quick to give, or too available whenever she wants, she's already started seeing you differently. You might think you're showing love or commitment, but what she's feeling is a shift in control. And once she knows she can have you anytime, she stops feeling the need to earn your attention. That's when the pullback starts. Here's the breakdown: women constantly test men. Not in some manipulative way, but naturally, subconsciously. That cold behavior? That delay in texting back? That sudden change in energy? It's not always a crisis. Sometimes, it's just a test. She's trying to see where the balance of power lies. And if your first reaction is to chase, to double text, to send flowers, or to write a long message trying to fix the vibe, you've already told her she's in control. And when she feels that shift too strongly, the attraction drops. Let's say you've been seeing her for a few months. Suddenly she starts pulling away, slower replies, less affection, more distance. You panic. You want to do something, anything, to bring things back to how they were. But the truth is, every time you reach for her in that energy, you're handing her more of the power. And that's the trap. It's not about patching things up with a sweet gesture or heartfelt message. It's about pulling back your energy, reclaiming your value, and resetting the dynamic before she decides it's not worth her effort anymore. Number 2, emotional detachment. Now that you understand why she's pulling back, it's time to bring out the most powerful weapon in your arsenal: emotional detachment. When you emotionally pull back, you create space for her to feel your absence. The moment you stop over-investing, something shifts. She begins to care more. And no, this isn't about manipulation or playing games, it's about reclaiming your power and silently demanding respect. Emotional detachment is a game changer. Most guys panic at this stage. They believe that showing less interest will drive her away for good. But here's the paradox. The less available you are, the more she starts to value your presence. The less you react, the more curious she becomes. The less you seek her attention, the more she seeks yours. Think back to a time when you wanted something you couldn't have: a job, a deal, or even someone's attention. The harder it was to get, the more you wanted it, right? That's exactly what happens to her when you pull away. You've got to carry yourself like you're completely unaffected by her distance. No desperate texts. No calls. No checking her stories or lurking on her feed. You become a ghost. And why? Because your silence is louder than any paragraph you could ever send. When she can't feel your energy anymore, she starts thinking, did I make a mistake? Is he moving on? Is there someone else? That's when the dynamic flips. In a world where everyone's constantly connected, likes, comments, FaceTimes, it's rare to experience someone's absence. That's why emotional detachment hits so hard. When you're no longer reacting, no longer engaging, you become the mystery again. And that's what draws her back. Number 3, avoiding common mistakes. Here's where most guys screw it up. The silence hits and they panic. Suddenly, they're firing off as just checking in a text, liking her new photo, maybe even asking friends about her. Seems harmless, right? Wrong. Each of those tiny moves is a nail in the coffin. Because the second you reach out, you've given up the frame. You're saying, I'm still thinking about you. You're handing her the power back on a silver platter. Now imagine this. She posts a stunning, maybe even a little provocative, photo on Instagram. Your first reaction? Double tap. Maybe even drop a comment. Or worse, slide into her DMs with a compliment. Congratulations. She just played you. That photo? It wasn't for her ego. It was bait to see if you'd bite. And when you do, you feed her self-worth without her having to lift a finger to earn your attention. She gets all the validation while you look desperate. So here's the move. No texts. No likes. No comments. No DMs. Let her feel the silence. Let her notice your absence. Let her wonder why the guy who used to chase her suddenly disappeared. That's when the real power shift begins. Number 4, the power of no contact. Now we're stepping into one of the most powerful moves you can make, the no contact rule. This isn't just about ignoring her. This is you going completely off the grid. No texts. No calls. No accidental likes on her posts. You vanish from her world entirely. And that silence? That's the trigger. That's what messes with her head. Here's the thing, most women are used to guys who can't handle distance. They expect the I miss you texts, the check ins, and the desperate attempts to keep a dying connection alive. But when do you go radio silent? That flips the script. Suddenly, she's not in control anymore, you are. You've changed the dynamic without saying a word. Now she starts to spiral. Did he move on? Is he with someone else? Has he forgotten me? That uncertainty becomes a storm in her mind, and it all started because you disappeared. For the next 30 days, you become a ghost. Not a whisper. Not a peek. No, just thinking of you a nonsense. This will test you. Silence is brutal, especially when your mind is screaming to break it. But here's the truth, the more you hold the line, the more power you gain. We live in a world where everyone's plugged in 24/7. Messages. Stories. Snaps. So when do you go dark? You become a mystery. And people are drawn to mystery. That empty space where your presence used to be, it starts to gnaw at her. Curiosity builds. Then comes anxiety. And eventually, she will reach out. That's when the tables have turned. Number 5, how to stay focused during the pullback. One of the biggest mistakes men make during no contact is wasting time, glued to their phones, hoping she will message first. They check their notifications like clockwork, obsessing over her next move. But that's not what no contact is about. No contact is not a waiting game. It's a growth phase. This is your moment to focus on yourself like never before. Instead of wondering if she's thinking about you, start working on becoming someone worth thinking about. Get in shape, start that business you've been putting off, and master new skills. This is your time to evolve. You're not passively waiting for her to come back, you're becoming the man she'd regret leaving. When she finally does reach out, the last thing you want is to be the same guy she walked away from. You want her to see a stronger, more confident, more capable version of you, someone she has to earn her way back into the life of. This isn't just about making her miss you, it's about creating a life so fulfilling and powerful that you become the prize. Think about it, some of the most successful men in history hit their stride after heartbreak, rejection, or failure. They didn't crumble. They rose. They turned pain into power. That's your mission now. Turn your setback into a comeback so undeniable that when she sees you again, she won't just want back in, she'll wonder how she ever let you go. Number 6, use heartbreak as fuel. Heartbreak hurts, no denying that. But buried in that pain is the most potent fuel you'll ever touch. Every time you feel the itch to text her, every time that sting of rejection flares up, don't retreat. Lean into it. Let it drive you. Most men waste heartbreak. They drown in self-pity, scroll endlessly through old messages, and relive every moment in their heads. But you? You're not most men. This isn't your breaking point, it's your launch pad. Heartbreak can crush you, or it can forge you. It's a decision you make every single day. You can either stay stuck in the past, stalking her Instagram, replaying what you could have said differently, or you can rise. You can use that fire in your chest to build the strongest version of yourself the world has ever seen. Every urge to reach out is a chance to level up. When the pain hits hardest, remind yourself, this is where most guys quit. But you're different. You're going to hit the gym harder, work longer, and sharpen your mindset. You'll evolve in silence and let your results speak. Because the real flex? It's not getting her back. He's becoming the man she never imagined losing. And yeah, maybe she'll come back. Maybe not. But that's irrelevant. Because by then, you won't even care. The end goal isn't revenge, it's freedom. It's becoming so powerful, so grounded, and so high value that her opinion no longer holds weight. That's when you win. Look at the greats, athletes, CEOs, public icons. Behind their success? Pain. Loss. Rejection. They took that heartbreak and forged it into purpose. So can you. This is your moment. Don't numb the pain with distractions or temporary fixes. Don't waste it chasing someone new to fill the void. Channel it. Convert it. Make every second count. While others sulk, you build. While others fall apart, you rise. Turn your pain into power. Not to impress her, but to become unshakable. Number 7, building emotional strength. This isn't just about getting her back, it's about becoming the kind of man who can never be emotionally controlled again. It's about building a level of emotional resilience so strong that no woman, no situation, and no external force can shake your sense of self. You need to develop unshakable emotional strength to be grounded in who you are at your core. Because the stronger you are emotionally, the less you chase validation, and the more naturally magnetic you become to women and everyone around you. Emotional mastery is the bedrock of all lasting success in love, business, and life. Without it, you're reactive. You get thrown off by every little mood swing, every silent treatment, every shift in someone else's energy. You take things personally. But when you're emotionally fortified, you rise above all of that. You become composed, steady, and centered. You stop letting other people dictate how you feel or how you respond. That's the kind of man who commands respect, not by force, but by presence. Women are instinctively attracted to men who are emotionally in control, men who don't flinch under pressure, who remain calm in the chaos. That's where true power lies. And to reach that level, you have to start practicing emotional detachment. Now, don't confuse detachment with indifference. It's not about not caring. It's about not being controlled. It means you don't let her silence, her distance, or her tests hijack your emotions. You stay steady, no matter what. And when you do, something shifts, you become her anchor. Her safe place. The man she trusts, respects, and desires. Look at the most successful men on the planet, they're not emotionally reactive. They stay focused, collected, and in control. That's why they win, in business and in relationships. So when she pulls back, when she tests you, don't panic. Don't chase. Don't over-explain. Just breathe. Stay focused on your own growth. Let her see that her behavior doesn't move you, because your value doesn't come from her reaction, it comes from your inner stability. This is what sets you apart. Emotional strength is your armor. It's what makes you untouchable. Once you master this, no one, no woman, no challenge will ever have power over you again. Number 8. Making her miss you. Want to know the real secret to making her miss you? It's simple. Pull back. Stop giving her constant attention. Stop validating her every move. When you remove your presence, when you become less available, you create space, and in today's world of endless connection, that silence speaks louder than anything you could say. Absence creates value. When you're always around, always reachable, always reacting, there's nothing for her to miss. But when you step away, when you stop showing up in her world, that void you leave behind becomes impossible to ignore. Especially in this digital age, women are surrounded by noise, likes, DMs, compliments, and attention from every direction. So how do you stand out? By not contributing to the noise. When you go quiet, you break the pattern. Suddenly, she's thinking, why isn't he texting me? Why didn't he like that photo? What's going on? That confusion? That curiosity? That's where attraction starts to grow. Picture this, you were the guy who always reacted to her posts, liked her selfies, and dropped flirty comments. You thought you were being sweet. But in her eyes, you were just another guy doing what every other guy does. Now imagine pulling all of that back. No likes. No replies. No comments. She notices. Your silence becomes the loudest signal. Suddenly, you're not validating her like before, and your attention, now missing, becomes rare. Valuable. She might post a story with friends, looking great, expecting that looks like fun message from you. But this time? Nothing. You don't watch the story. You don't text. You don't react. And in her head, she starts wondering. Did he lose interest? Is he seeing someone else? That uncertainty builds intrigue. And that intrigue? It makes her miss you. If she starts posting thirst traps or drops hints trying to reel you back in, stay cool. Don't take the bait. Your silence is power. In a world where attention is cheap, your distance is rare. When she realizes she can't get the same reaction from you anymore, you flip the script. Now she's the one thinking about you, missing you, chasing what used to come easy. So remember this, in the age of constant connection, the man who disappears becomes unforgettable. Be that man. Be the silence she can't ignore. Number 9. What to do when she reaches out. When she finally reaches out, it's your moment to stay grounded and composed. This isn't the time to slip back into the old pattern, the same dynamic that probably made her pull away in the first place. Instead, it's your chance to show growth, self-respect, and a new level of control. You're not the guy who used to hang on every text or wait by the phone. Now, it's about keeping things simple, confident, and a little detached. Let her feel that you've changed. Let her feel that she has to earn your attention again. When she reaches out, she's testing the waters. It could be curiosity, a bit of nostalgia, or maybe just a need for validation. Whatever the reason, the worst move you can make is replying instantly with a long, emotional message. That tells her you're still emotionally invested and gives her the power back. The right move? Stay calm. Stay cool. Show her, without saying it outright, that you've been living your life. Let her know that your world didn't stop spinning without her. Take this example. She sends, "Hey, how have you been?" Don't rush to reply. Give it a few hours, or even a full day. When you do respond, keep it short and neutral. Been good, just busy with some things. You? No emojis. No over-explaining. Just facts. You're not giving her emotional ammunition, just a glimpse into your forward-moving life. And now she's left wondering, why does he sound so chill? Has he moved on? Is he seeing someone? That curiosity builds attraction. That uncertainty makes her rethink everything. But here's where many mess up. As soon as she shows a little interest, they fall back into the old chase. Don't do that. If she says something like, "We should hang out," or "I miss you, let's catch up," don't jump at it. Don't make her the center of your week. Instead, say, "Maybe. Got a lot going on this week, we'll see." That reply alone sends a strong message, you're not the same guy anymore. She has to fit into your world, not the other way around. Women are naturally drawn to men with direction and purpose. When she sees you're not desperate for her time or attention, it flips the script. You become the prize. You become the one in control. Don't confess how much you've missed her. Don't talk about how hard it's been. Even if you've been thinking about her, that's your fuel for growth, not something to hand over to her. Instead, let her see the upgraded version of you. Calm, composed, and completely self-sufficient. That's what makes her realize. She lost a man who doesn't need her, but now she wants him more than ever. Number 10. Reinstate boundaries and power dynamics. When she comes back, everything has to change. If she returns, you can't let history repeat itself. The days of her having the upper hand are over. This time, the dynamic has to shift, and it starts with you. You're no longer the man who chases. You're not going to roll out the red carpet and pretend nothing happened. If she wants back into your life, it has to be on your terms now, not hers. She'll expect the old version of you, the one who was always available, always eager, always waiting. But that guy doesn't exist anymore. You've changed. You've evolved into someone who values himself above all else. This time, she needs to earn her way back. Access to you is no longer freely given. If she used to be the center of your world, she's not anymore. That space is now reserved for your goals, your growth, and your peace. She's going to have to deserve your time, not assume it. When she reaches out, keep it cool. No long conversations, no rushed plans. Let her feel the shift. Let her see that your time is now precious, and you no longer bend for anyone. If she wants to meet, you're busy. You'll let her know when you're free. This is about establishing boundaries and keeping them. It's not about being cold or spiteful. It's about being clear, calm, and confident. She needs to know, if she can't respect your new standards, she doesn't get access to your world. She might test you. She might pull back again to see if you'll chase. But you won't. You've already made peace with walking away. That's what separates you now. You have the strength to leave without looking back if your respect isn't met. Remember, this isn't just about having her return. It's about becoming the kind of man who never needs her to. A man who commands respect because he respects himself first. Let her see the transformation. Let her feel the difference. If she wants in, she'll have to rise to your level. This journey isn't just about winning her back, it's about reclaiming yourself. Because once you commit to real growth and level up every area of your life, everything changes. You won't just have one woman trying to get your attention, you'll have options. You'll become the man who doesn't chase. He attracts. You're no longer the guy hoping for validation. You're the one who walks into a room and instantly commands respect without saying a word. And yes, she'll notice. They all will. And when she comes back, trying to rekindle what she lost, you'll be so far ahead, it won't even matter. Because now, you choose. You're in control of your life, your path, and your destiny. That's what truly counts. But here's the truth, watching this video means nothing if you don't act. This isn't background noise, it's your wake-up call. If you're tired of repeating the same cycles, tired of feeling stuck, and ready to become the man you were meant to be, it starts now. No more waiting for change. You create it. Turn that pain into power. Shift from chasing to leading. And if that message hit you, if even one line resonated, smash that subscribe button. This channel gives you the mindset, the tools, and the game plan to elevate every part of your life. Drop a like if this spoke to you, and share it with a brother who needs to hear it. This is your moment. The first step to becoming the high-value man who owns his future begins right here.